Welcome to Pimpy's Investment Chat, where we keep investment talk simple. And here's your host, Pimpy.
What is going on out there, peeps? Oh, yeah. Everybody's hearts burning for those cryptos, aren't they? Man, you know, for just a brief moment there, I was rooting for them. I mean, I have a couple of friends who invested really heavy into cryptocurrencies. And I like to give them crap all the time, but the truth of the matter is both of them invested real heavy. And they've taken some serious losses, and I'm talking about in the thousands. And despite the fact I told them they should listen to me, I'm teasing on that part because I know they'll hear this video. But no, seriously, they lost a lot of money. And so now I'm just rooting for them to come back because I know they're not the only ones. I know I got listeners who went crazy on cryptos and lost a lot of money. So I keep hoping that they'll rebound enough to where the losses aren't so bad. Or, you know, you regain all your losses, something. Because both guys are really good people. And every time cryptos look like they're starting to go in the right direction, it's just one thing after another. And I kept telling them, there's something about cryptos that just drives me insane. Despite all the things that I predicted that actually came right, my other issue is I can't help but feel like cryptos are being used to really just steal wealth from people, as well as cryptos to be used as an excuse for them to, and also cryptos most likely will be one of the excuses that the powers that be try to force us into the central bank digital currency. You can almost see it happening now. I actually heard one of our representatives say something about, oh, that's why we are in the position we are with FTX. I know you heard of FTX. We should probably go to a central bank digital currency. And I went, see that whole shenanigans with FTX? That's a CIA thing, man. So let's get into this, shall we? Before we get started, do me a favor and hit the thumbs up button. And if you're not a subscriber, please do so, because when you do, it helps out the channel, and I certainly do appreciate it. If you're thinking about buying gold and silver, head on over to our friends at Money Metals Exchange. The link will be down below in the description. If you are a first-time buyer and you spend more than $100, use promo code PIMPYSILVER. Yes, it has changed. PIMPYSILVER. So if you're watching this video and it's an older video, make sure you check on current videos because the code is going to be changing from time to time from now on. Also, I can be found on other platforms. Everybody knows I have my own website, Pimpy's News Network. Over here, I post videos that I can't get away with over on YouTube. Also, I have a group on Facebook called Pimpy's Investment Chat. Over here, we do talk about gold, silver, cryptocurrencies, as well as foreign currency investments. Come on over here and join us. It's free to do so. You can also come follow me on Twitter, MeWe, YouTube, and Odyssey. The links for all these platforms will be down below in the description. So for whatever reason, if I get removed off of one platform, you could find me on the others. And for those of you looking for my address, there it is right here. Go ahead and feel free to pause the video and write it down and go ahead and reach out to me. So more than a handful of you guys are asking me, Pimpy, what's going on with your hair? It's really light. Yes, I know. I'm trying to lighten it up a little bit more. The funny thing is, I was using this type of bleach that came with a coloring kit, and so it came out really silver. So I've been sporting my silver hairdo because it kind of looks cool. I just wish it was a little bit more darker silver. Anyway, so I lost the damn bet to freaking Liberal on football. I thought for sure Burles and Cincinnati were going to make it back to the Super Bowl again. So the bet was if I lost, I would have to color my hair one of those freaky liberal colors, like green, I think is what it is. So I'm just preparing it to go green. So if you see me green hairdo, no, I'm not a Democrat. No, I'm not a lefty. No, I'm not a liberal, okay? I'm a man of his word. I'm keeping my bet. I made a bet, and so I'm going to go ahead and dye my hair, man. So anyways, that's what's going on. So like I was saying, I was kind of rooting for cryptocurrencies. Also, I know if Bitcoin goes up, you know, high tide lifts all ships. And I thought, if Bitcoin goes up, good. It'll drag those ones that I got like 2 billion of them, each one of them. I bought them really cheap. I'm exaggerating, but Luna would go up, and Satama's actually doing really good, as well as Shiba. I thought for sure it can get up high enough where I could do pretty decent and then yank it out and put it all into gold and silver. So I've been rooting for it, but at the same time, just talking to my friends, I give them crap all the time, but when you think about how much they're losing and with everything that's going on in this economy, despite Biden administration lying to us about the numbers, trust me, they're way lying. And looks like the Democrats are going to throw him under the bus, and they're pulling out all the stops right now. But anyways, not to get sidetracked. So I'm watching crypto start to do good. It's looking decent. And then I noticed over the last week or so, there's been a slew of articles that went right back to slamming cryptos all over again. And I'm like, oh, God, man, you just can't catch a break. I'm rooting for you crypto people, man. Let's take a look right now. Most of them are in the green, all right? Looking good. Of course, the XRP not in green, so much for it going to the moon. Man, I remember hearing that all the time. Bitcoin's at $21,871. Ethereum did finally drop below $1,600, but I still think it's the best coin out there at $1,530. You have XRP, like I said, at 38 cents. Cardano's at 36 cents. Polygon's at $1.29. Dogecoin, man, sitting around that 8-cent mark. It hasn't done anything since right before Elon Musk went on Saturday Night Live, and I swear that was a perfect well setup. They hyped that sucker up, they hyped it up, and then as soon as he went on there, they dumped all of their cryptos and drove the price down. How crazy. And then ever since then, Dogecoin hasn't done much of anything. Hex, like I said, it goes up, goes down, goes up, goes down. It doesn't usually do it by a little bit. It goes up about 15% and down about 15%. So if you can figure out how to catch it, more power to you. You could probably make a lot of money off it if you can catch it on a 2-3 day run. Solana is at $20.96. Polkadot's at $6.31. Shiba at 4013. And Shiba hasn't been doing very much neither. It's been pretty flat. Litecoin's at $93.47. For the most part, all of the cryptos are off the wall over there on the left and moving their way right. That's what you want to see here. Get away from the left and go join the right. Yeah, that was a political joke. Luna Classic sitting at 30169. That's another one that's been up and down, but for the most part staying around the same area. When it started to go up along with all the other ones, and it just took a slight dip like the other ones. So hopefully it stays on that trend and we see cryptos go up. Now Satama, despite the fact that it's in the red right now, there's some weird crap going on with it as usual, but it's still going up. It's at 2026. It's done pretty good. Over the past 24 hours, it's only down 1.12%. Look at this. It takes a dip and then goes back up. But even crazier, look at this. Look at these two spikes. At one time, it jumped all the way up there to 2031 and then came back down and then jumped up there to 2030. And they came back down. So I don't know what these spikes are about because I missed whatever the news was. But Satama lately has been doing its own thing. It goes up and down on its own. So even when the other cryptos are red, Satama has been green. So it's looking pretty good. All right, so over the 7 days, it's at 0.02% in the green. Over the past month, it's still up 97.40%. Over the last 3 months, it's up 190.54%. That's a hell of a gain for a 90-day investment. United States SEC targets crypto staking with Kraken crackdown. Gee, I wonder where the SEC was when FTX came out. Didn't question them. Must be nice to have a parent who's friends with the guy over there in the SEC. So we were talking about this before. We're looking for probably Tether to take a dump and Kraken to take a dump. Crypto exchange Kraken agreed to shut down its U.S. cryptocurrency staking service and pay $30 million in penalties to settle the U.S. Securities and Exchange Commission charges that it failed to register the program, the agency said on Thursday, in a move that could cause headaches for platforms with similar offerings. The SEC and all our politicians and bankers and everybody else has been known for the longest time how these things were set up and how they've been operating. That's why it's hard for me to believe that all this is just a quidinky-dinky, that they're all getting nailed around the same time. Now, it could be because FTX got busted and so they're being more serious about this. Who knows? But just right when cryptos are starting to make a little bit of a move, all these articles start coming out. The settlement marks the SEC's first crackdown on staking, a common service offered both centralized and decentralized crypto exchanges, including most of the major exchanges in the United States, such as Coinbase and Binance. So the real issue about staking is, I don't think it's so much that they care that crypto is doing it, but the bankers care. Because platforms offering staking could outdo any bank when it comes to returns. You try to get some money on your savings, forget it. If the banks are doing negative interest rates, just so you pay just to have your money sitting there in the bank, or whatever the excuse is, people are not getting back the returns that they used to when you kept your money in the bank, not at all. And so, having a crypto company out there that's paying you pretty decent amount of money, well, then you can understand why the banks want these guys closed. So what's happening with Kraken most likely is that cryptocurrency platforms are offering much better return than banks can. And, we can't have that. And now you got Coinbase. They're in trouble. How the Coinbase insider trading case will change cryptos. Former Coinbase employee pleaded guilty to counts of conspiracy to commit wire fraud Tuesday in connection to an insider trading scheme at the exchange. But while the Department of Justice got its desired verdict, while he still faces charges brought against him by the SEC, and its potential consequences extend far beyond just him. Well, hey, SEC, why don't you go talk to our politicians, especially Nancy Pelosi? You don't seem to be cracking down on insider trading with them. You notice that nobody ever goes after our politicians. It's illegal. They do it out in the open, and nothing ever happens to them. So the same day, the federal prosecutor filed criminal charges related to the wire fraud last July against YE, his brother, and his friend. The SEC piled on with civil charges and accused the three of violating security laws as well. So here we go, another negative piece of news about another platform. So first Kraken, now Coinbase. This article is a little bit older, but it did make me think about something. It says, melt down to zero. Kevin O'Leary says there's a 100% chance of another crypto debacle and that it will happen over and over and over again. Here's what he likes instead. Yeah, okay. Bitcoin is on another wild ride. Late last year, the downfall of the cryptocurrency FTX sent investors running for the exits. But now Bitcoin is up 39% in 2023. Yeah, it's been moving, and I'm kind of rooting for it. Still, Shark Tank star Kevin O'Leary warns that there could be more fiascos in the crypto world. Gee, don't say. Actually, this article came out before the other two articles. Talk about timing. When asked whether he believed there would be another FTX during a Kiko News interview, O'Leary responded, was affirmative. If you're asking me, will there be another meltdown to zero? Absolutely, 100%, and it'll keep on happening over and over again. All the unregulated exchanges are having massive outflows right now. The smart money has got the joke. They saw what happened to FTX. They're not sitting around for an explanation. Well, there's more to FTX that meets the eye. The CIA was using to funnel a lot of money. So are there other platforms out there being used by our intelligence agencies? Most likely. But are they going to go down to zero? It's very possible. Because what I heard is going to happen to Tether, that could be a biggie. But we'll find out here soon. BlackRock, the world's largest asset manager, says central banks are deliberately causing recessions and warns of a downturn unlike any other. 3 shock-proof assets for your protections. So, yeah, BlackRock telling people that central banks are deliberately causing the recessions. Well, we've been singing that tune for the longest time. BlackRock and central banks are buddy-buddy. Absolutely they are. So this didn't happen without something being coordinated. I guess what's going to happen, you're going to start seeing countries around the world start blaming their banks for a crashed economy. Therefore, we can't trust them, so we should go into a central bank digital currency. Said many experts have already sounded the alarm on the U.S. economy. Oh, so now they're going to blame some banks for crashing the economy. How about the economy was already on the downslide right before the RONA? We knew it was coming. The RONA was just an excuse to kick it off, but the economies were already dying. So recession is foretold as central banks race to try to tame inflation while they're setting records as far as gold purchases are concerned. That's why we say do as they do, not as they say. That's why you should be buying gold and silver. And you know what I say, you want to be getting the best bang for your buck, head on over to our friends at Money Metals Exchange. A lot of you, and I mean a lot of you, hundreds of you over the last couple of months have started moving some pretty decent money over into precious metals. So it makes me feel good that you're doing that because I know you're protected. And if you haven't done it yet, once again, let me make a suggestion that you move 25-30% of your money, of your nest egg, into precious metals, gold and silver, just to be on the safe side, all right? And if you're not sure how to do that, reach out to Money Metals and they'll walk you through. So BlackRock is blaming central banks of purposely creating a recession. Is that right? Well, this isn't going to be a recession. This is going to be more like a depression. It's huge. We've been sounding this alarm here for a long time, long before the RONA came out. Like I said, they're just going to use it as an excuse. Speaking of, Lebanon devalues official exchange rate by 90%. Remember I told you the US dollar is being used to crash currencies around the world? Here's another one biting the dust. Central bank has confirmed the new official rate of 15,000 pounds per dollar, up from little more than 1,500. So add Lebanon now to the whole list of countries who have had to devalue their currency, not by a little, but by a lot. And that would be thanks to the strength of the US dollar, which I don't believe. Anyways, that's it for now, you guys. Look, I'm rooting for crypto people. I like to see some of you guys recoup what you lost. But right now, it just looks like there's a lot of games being played in the crypto world. So hopefully you guys get in and get out. My biggest fear is for you guys is this. It starts to recoup the money, then you recouped all your money and it's on a roll. And you go, you know what? Now it's going really good. I'm going to go ahead and keep my money in there. And then end up losing it anyways. So once you get to where you bought in at, you get the hell out, okay? Anyways, that's it for now, you guys. Leave a comment down below and I'll respond to it and I'll get back at you later. I'm out.